everyone, welcome to the top 10 list and welcome to my top 10 favorite Amy Adams movies. Yes, I'm a huge fan of Amy Adams. I think she is a brilliant actress. Totally got snubbed this year at the Oscars. Arrival was amazing. She was so good. Anyways, I digress. She is so great. I love her as an actress. She plays in so many amazing movies, and she's got so many amazing roles, playing many great iconic characters. She's been nominated for several Academy Awards, Critics' Choice Awards, Actors Guilds, Golden Globes. She's just a sheer talent, and I'm here to celebrate her talents by giving my top 10 favorite Amy Adams movies. Alright, let's get to it. And before top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are Big Eyes, American Hustle, The Master, Charlie Wilson's War, and Sunshine Cleaning. All great Amy Adams movies. Just give me the top 10 list, but what didn't make my top 10 was my number 10. And my number 10 is actually a tie between two amazing movies, and that is Catch Me If You Can and Her. The reason these two are number 10 is because Amy Adams isn't very big in the movies. These movies, again, these would both probably be like my number 1 because Her is a masterpiece. Catch Me If You Can is one of my favorite Steven Spielberg movies. However, Amy Adams is not a very big and crucial role in either one of these films. In Catch Me If You Can, she's only in about 20 minutes in the middle of the film. She's like the girl that meets Leonardo DiCaprio, Frank Abagnale, when he's a doctor. She's one of the nurses. She's about to marry him, but then she screws him over and stuff. She's maybe got 20 minutes, maybe even less of screen time, so she's not a very big role in the 2.5 hour Catch Me If You Can. In Her, she's not very big in it either. She has maybe 3 scenes in the film. She's not a very big and crucial role. She's basically just a friend of Theodore. That's kind of it. And she's kind of like him. She's befriending an OS and stuff. That's kind of it. She's not really a big part in these two films. She doesn't play a crucial part. She's a supporting role, and she's like a supporting of the supporting. Honestly, she's not very big, but she's great in both. Like, I loved her in Catch Me If You Can. It's this very sweet and innocent girl, but she rats about to the place and stuff, but she's still great in Catch Me If You Can. I really love her in Her, too. She's just a really good, subtle performance, and I love her chemistry with Joaquin Phoenix as this friendship and stuff, and you don't know what's going to happen to either one of these characters at the end, because they both lose their OSs. Two amazing films, and 2 very good, very small performances, but still very good performances, and yeah, again, if she was bigger in these movies, they would probably both be number 1, but since she's just a very small role in these movies, they both made my number 10, but yeah, 2 amazing movies. Coming number 9 is Junebug. Junebug is a great indie comedy. If you love sort of Noah Baumbach sort of comedies, then definitely check this out. Amy Adams is great in this movie as this very pregnant woman. Not knowing how to deal with a pregnant birth and stuff, it's fantastic. If you love that indie, weird, quirky style filmmaking, definitely check this movie out. I don't want to go into too much details of it because this is a movie that not a lot of people have seen. It's a very overlooked, underrated comedy. Check it out. It's a great, quirky, dramatic comedy. It will make you laugh. It'll give you emotions. It'll tingle your heart. It's just a great film. Junebug, check it out. Coming number 8 is Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. Yes, this is more Frances McDormand's movie, but Amy Adams is the second lead role, and she is really good in this movie. Basically, the story of this movie is about a governess played by Frances McDormand. She gets fired from her job, and she basically ends up on the street and stuff, but she goes to this place that helps you find work, and basically she takes this job that she shouldn't have, and it's working for a girl played by Amy Adams, this very rich girl, or you think she's rich. She basically mooches off a bunch of these guys and stuff, and basically she has to be her like governess, her maid for just the one day and stuff, and yeah, Frances McDormand learns a lot being a governess to Amy Adams throughout this one day and stuff. She learns a lot about her, learns a lot about class and stuff, and she also meets this guy and stuff, and it's a really good, enjoyable comedy movie and stuff, and yeah, it's a really fresh, original story, and I really loved it. I can't really explain why I loved it. It's just really funny. Frances McDormand, Amy Adams are both great. The writing is really good. Even Mark Strong is a really weird and strange performance, but he's really great in this movie. It's just a good British sort of comedy, and yeah, I love it. Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day, fantastic movie. Coming number 7 is The Muppets. Yes, The Muppets is awesome. This is actually my favorite Muppets movie, The Muppets, that came out in 2011. Yeah, 2011. This movie's fantastic. That way it's directed, how Jason Segel wrote this movie. It's The Muppets. They came back finally. I haven't seen The Muppets in so goddamn long since they went to space. That sucked ass. But yeah, The Muppets is such a funny movie. Great musical numbers, solid direction, great fourth-breaking comedy. Breaking the fourth wall is what I meant. Chris Cooper's the villain's hilarious. And Jason Segel and Amy Adams as the two lead performances are really good. Amy Adams has some really good comedic timing, some good musical numbers. She has good chemistry with Jason Segel, but it's also about the Muppets, Kermit, the new character Walter and stuff. He wants to be part of the Muppets, and the Muppets have to make this one last show, you know, to get the money back to save the theater and stuff. It's a great movie. This and the original Muppet movie are like the best Muppet movies. It's just the comedy, the music, the sheer joy of it. If you love the Muppets, then you've seen this movie and you know what I'm talking about. This movie is brilliant. Coming number 6 is Nocturnal Animals. Yes, Nocturnal Animals just came out last year in 2016, and this is a smart, clever, thought-provoking, deeply disturbing thriller, and I fucking loved every second of it. This movie, again, was snubbed at the Academy Awards. It didn't get nothing other than a Michael Shannon supporting role, which is awesome. He's great. Yeah, Michael! Oscars, amazing. This movie's so great. Amy Adams is really great in this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal steals this movie. Michael Shannon, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, all great in this movie. This movie is about 3 stories, and basically it's about this girl. Basically, she's like this rich woman. She's not really happy with her life, and her ex-husband, basically he gives her his novel. He just wrote a novel, he dedicated it to her, and she reads the novel, and that's the second story of the movie. It's the story in movie form and stuff. They're showing you the story through Amy Adams' perspective and stuff, and it's this really disturbing, dark story about this man who lost his wife and daughter to these guys who raped and killed them, and basically he wants revenge on them, and him and a police officer do what it takes to take them down. Also, there's a third story of Amy Adams' backstory with Jake Gyllenhaal and her relationship with him. How all these stories connect and add up is brilliant. It's smart, it's clever. Tom Ford, how he wrote and directed this movie was brilliant. The entire performances, how this movie ends, it's so deep, it's so disturbing and thought-provoking. I fucking love it. Nocturnal Animals is a pretty overlooked movie, and it was completely snubbed at the Oscars, and I just love this movie. It's so good. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's so good. Coming number 5 is Doubt. Yes, I have serious doubt. This movie is so good. I love this movie. I love it because the topic it's dealing with. It's an interesting and also a little bit of a disturbing topic because it's about these nuns and they don't know if this priest is molesting these children or this specific child. They know he's close with this child and stuff. He's helping this child. But they don't know if he has a history of, rape, and they don't know if he's actually molesting this child. Is this child in love with him and stuff? And basically, they're trying to, find out the answers and stuff, and they want to find out more information about this priest. The priest is played amazingly by Philip Seymour Hoffman. The nuns are played by Viola Davis, Amy Adams, and of course, Meryl Streep herself. And this movie is fascinating. How it's directed, how it's paced, and the writing is brilliant. The dialogue and these characters are super well written. Amy Adams is amazing. Viola Davis, Meryl Streep, Philip Seymour Hoffman are all fantastic in this movie. How this movie ends and how dark the ending of this movie is, it just really opens your mind. Just like, was he this bad? Was he good? It messes with your head, this movie, in the best way possible. Not in a bad way, in a great way, and I love this movie. This movie always stuck with me when I watched it, and I always have to watch this movie at least once a year because it just blows me away every single time between its smart writing and great performances. Oh, it's just so good. Doubt, amazing. Coming number 4 is Julie and Julia. Yes, Julia Child. Yes, I love Meryl Streep in this movie. Amy Adams is good too. The movie itself, I just love this movie. I adore this movie. I love movies about cooking and chefs and stuff. And it's about Julia Child, one of the first big woman chefs and stuff. And I love her in this movie, Meryl Streep. She is so great. Amy Adams is good too. Not as good as Meryl Streep, but Amy Adams is very good. This girl who idolizes Julia Child, and she wants to be just like her and stuff. It's these 2 different stories in 2 different timelines, and they're both very well done. It's very funny, very deep, very dramatic. All the performances are great. Meryl Streep, of course, steals this movie. She's so great. And again, I just love feel-good comedies about cooking. This is one of my favorite types of movies. That's why I love Chef and Ratatouille so much. And yeah, Julie and Julia is no exception. It's a great feel-good movie, and I freaking love it. Coming number 3 is Enchanted. Yes, Enchanted has actually become like an iconic performance. Her as Giselle. It's actually one of the best like Disney princesses. She is so freaking good in this movie. The movie starts off with animation, and it's about these animated characters going into the live action world. It is so funny. This is a romantic comedy, but it is a funny romantic comedy. It's a great live action Disney movie. Amy Adams steals this movie. All her musical numbers are great. I love how she's just like this Disney princess who's looking for her prince and stuff, and she's doing it in the live action world. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, my favorite scene is like, do you want me to call you? Want me to call someone for you? She's like, well, I don't think they'll hear you from here. I'm just like, where do you want to sleep? Oh, maybe a hollow tree. She's so great in this movie. She's just so funny. And when she sings the song, how does she know? Don't sing. It's okay. She's got a great voice, though. Her musical numbers are great. And yeah, happy working song. I love her in this movie. She gives a great performance, and she is so funny and so charming and so likable in this movie. Another person who's great, though, is James Marsden. James Marsden as Prince Edward, he's hilarious. He is so freaking funny. And Timothy Squallis, Nathaniel, yes, I'm looking for a prince, actually. Susan Sarandon's great. Even Patrick Dempsey's fine as, yes, Dr. McDreamy. I'm not a big fan of Patrick Dempsey. I really am not. He's even fine. He's got chemistry with Amy Adams. I love James Marsden more, but yeah, he's fine. You got Idina Menzel, Adele Dazeem in this movie, and no, she does not sing, but I love this movie. I love its story. I love how unique and original it is. I love how funny it is. It's great. It's Enchanted. It's awesome. Coming number 2 is The Fighter. Yes, The Fighter. I've mentioned this a bunch of times. Of course, just my Christian Bale list. I love this movie. Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale, Melissa Leo, Amy Adams, all brilliant in this movie. All of them were nominated. Amy Adams was nominated for Supporting Actress, but she lost to her co-star, Melissa Leo. Melissa Leo was actually a little better in this movie. She was great as this mother, very stubborn woman. And yeah, she was great. Amy Adams, though, was so good. I loved her with Mark Wahlberg and Mickey and stuff. I actually thought she was better than Mark Wahlberg in this movie. She was so great. I love how she gives his confidence back and stuff. And I love how she, like, yells at the sisters and stuff. I love how she stands up for herself and beats the shit out of that sister. That scene is fucking awesome. But I love it. She's always in Mickey's corner. She wants to help him. She wants to guide him and stuff. And she genuinely cares about him. And you just feel that relationship with Mark Wahlberg and Amy Adams in this movie. Obviously, the show stealer is Christian Bale as Dick Heckledge. He's just amazing in this movie. But the whole cast is great. David O. Russell's direction's fantastic. The boxing scenes work. And it's just a great inspirational boxing movie. And I freaking love it. It's awesome. And my number 1 favorite Amy Adams movie is, of course, Arrival. Yes, Arrival is my favorite movie of 2016, and hands down one of the best movies and probably best performance Amy Adams has ever given in a movie. She's so good. She is a language specialist in this movie, but eventually she has to learn xenolinguistics, alien languages, to communicate with these aliens who arrived at Earth, and she has to find out why are they here and stuff. Why is Abbott and Costello here? And she has the help of a theoretical physicist played by Jeremy Renner and a soldier played by Forrest Whitaker. And this is a very deep, thought-provoking, atmospheric film directed brilliantly by Denis Villeneuve. How this movie was written and directed was brilliant. The effects, the score, Johan Johansson's score was amazing. Another snub. Amy Adams, another snub, was so great in this movie. I love her performance. I love how this movie unravels itself. I love how smart the ending of this movie is. This movie is a clever, deep movie. It is not a straight-up action sci-fi movie. This is a dramatic sci-fi movie, and it works. It's so fucking masterful. I have the Blu-ray of this movie. I've watched it like 5 times. This movie it never gets old to me. It's just so brilliant, so so fresh, so awesome, so amazingly directed. I love this movie. Yes, I'm glad it was nominated for Best Picture. Like, it's one of the best movies of the year, and yeah, it's hands down. It may not be like the best Amy Adams movie. Like, Her is probably like a better movie, but a movie that she's in as the lead character and just performance-wise, this is hands down her best movie and my favorite. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite Amy Adams movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with the top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite Amy Adams movies. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.